Think about that one friend who never seems worried about money. They don't make the highest salary, yet somehow their savings account grows. Their bills are always paid, and they even manage vacations without stress. At first, it looks like luck. But look closer, and you'll see it's not about luck at all. It's about habits. Saving money is not only about skipping coffee or avoiding shopping sprees. It's about small choices that quietly shape a lifestyle. These choices are so natural for some people that they don't even feel like sacrifices. They aren't living dull lives either. In fact, they often look calmer, freer, and more in control. In today's world, where inflation, online shopping, and endless subscriptions pull at our wallets, learning these habits is more important than ever. Let's uncover the 8 surprising habits of people who are always saving money. Habit 1. They see spending as energy, not just money. People who save money often look at their spending differently. For them, money is not just numbers in a bank account, it is energy. Every dollar equals time, effort, and hours of life spent earning it. Imagine you want to buy a jacket that costs $100. If you earn $20 an hour, that jacket is really worth 5 hours of your life. When you think about it this way, the purchase feels heavier. Many savers ask themselves, is this jacket really worth 5 hours of my time? If the answer is no, they walk away. This way of thinking is not new. In the 1990s, a popular book called Your Money or Your Life introduced the idea of trading life energy for money. Today, Gen Z Online talks about it too, calling it emotional labor costs. By linking money to time and energy, savers naturally pause before spending. Instead of feeling deprived, they feel powerful because they know they're protecting their life's most valuable resource, their time. Habit 2. They treat saving like a game. For many people, saving feels boring, like strict dieting. But natural savers see it differently. They treat saving like a game. Take Alex and Maria, for example. Every month, they challenge each other to a no-spend weekend. Instead of shopping or eating out, they find free adventures, hiking, cooking new recipes with what's already in the fridge, or exploring local events that cost nothing. It becomes fun, not a punishment. Psychologists say our brains love rewards. That's why games and challenges keep us hooked. Smart savers use this to their advantage. They set little goals, rounding up spare change with apps, tracking streaks of spend-free days, or even competing with friends to see who can save more. Technology helps too. Banking apps now add gamified features, showing badges, streaks, or savings milestones. Suddenly, watching your money grow feels as satisfying as leveling up in a video game. By making saving playful, these people don't rely on pure discipline. They rely on excitement. And excitement is a much stronger habit builder than willpower. Habit 3. They borrow ideas from minimalism, not deprivation. People who save money don't usually see themselves as deprived. Instead, they borrow lessons from minimalism, the idea of living with less, but enjoying more. Think of someone moving to a new apartment. While packing, they discover boxes of clothes never worn, gadgets used once, and decorations that just collected dust. Each forgotten item is dead money, dollars that could have been saved or invested. Savers try to avoid that cycle. Minimalism doesn't mean owning almost nothing. It means choosing carefully. Instead of buying 5 cheap jackets that fall apart, they'll buy 1 high-quality coat that lasts years. Instead of filling a kitchen with unused appliances, they'll keep only what makes life easier and happier. This mindset shows up in different cultures too. In Japan, the practice of danshari encourages decluttering, while in Denmark, the concept of hygge values cozy simplicity over endless shopping. By focusing on value instead of volume, savers feel richer with less. They don't chase every sale or trend. Instead, they invest in items and experiences that last, bringing joy without draining their wallets. Habit 4. They use technology as a guardrail, not a crutch. Technology can be a great helper, but people who save money wisely don't let apps do all the work for them. Instead, they use technology as a guardrail, something that keeps them on track, while staying alert and involved. Take Mia, a college student. She connected her bank account to an app that scans for subscriptions. Within minutes, It showed she was paying $250 a month for services she barely used, multiple streaming platforms, even an unused cloud storage plan. The app didn't just save her money, it opened her eyes. She canceled half of them and redirected that cash to savings. Savers often use budgeting apps, round-up savings tools, or AI-powered alerts. But the difference is, they don't ignore the data. They check, adjust, and respond. Instead of blindly trusting automation, they treat these tools as mirrors showing their spending habits. Technology doesn't control their finances, it guides them. They stay in charge, and the apps simply make it easier to avoid money leaks. Habit 5. They spend where future you says thank you. Smart savers don't just think about today, they think about tomorrow. Every dollar they spend is a message to their future self. For example, a family decides to install solar panels. The upfront cost feels big, but years later, their electricity bills are almost nothing. Their future selves are grateful. Another saver might pay for a course to learn new skills. That one choice can lead to better job opportunities and higher income later. Psychologists call this future self-thinking. It's the same idea behind the famous marshmallow test, where kids who waited for 2 treats instead of eating one right away ended up with better long-term results. Savers know short-term pleasures fade quickly, but long-term investments keep giving back. By asking, "Will future me thank me for this?" they make choices that build security, freedom, and peace of mind. Habit 6. They redefine luxury. For many people, luxury means designer handbags, flashy cars, or expensive dinners. But people who always save money see luxury differently. To them, true luxury is about freedom, comfort, and experiences that last longer than a shopping high. Daniel, for example, instead of buying the latest watch, he spends on a weekend hiking trip with friends. The memories stay with him far longer than any brand logo. Others invest in a good mattress, quality shoes, or healthier food, things that improve daily life and pay off over time. This shift is becoming cultural. In recent years, the idea of quiet luxury has grown, where wealth is shown through simplicity and quality, not logos and glitter. Time, health, and peace of mind are now becoming the new status symbols. By redefining luxury, savers still enjoy life, but they avoid draining their wallets on things that fade. They focus on value, not vanity, and in the end, they feel richer, not poorer. Habit 7. They outsmart lifestyle creep. One of the biggest traps for people is something called lifestyle creep. This happens when your income goes up, and instead of saving more, you start spending more. A raise turns into a bigger apartment, a new car, or fancier dinners. Before long, the extra money disappears, and you feel just as broke as before. Savers avoid this trap by living almost the same way, even when they earn more. Outsmarting lifestyle creep isn't about saying no to everything. It's about slowing down. Savers ask, "Do I really need this upgrade? Or am I just spending because I can?" By resisting the urge to inflate their lifestyle, they let raises, bonuses, and side income actually change their future, not just their shopping habits. Habit 8. They share money wisdom, not money stress. In many families and friend groups, money is still a quiet subject. People feel embarrassed to talk about debt, bills, or savings. But those who are good at saving money often do the opposite. They share wisdom, not stress. Think of Emma and her friends. Instead of hiding their finances, they have honest conversations at brunch. They swap tips on meal planning, budgeting apps, or travel hacks. Instead of competing over who bought what, they celebrate who found the smartest deal. These talks turn money from a source of shame into a source of strength. This shift is happening everywhere. Online, creators openly share saving strategies. By making money talk normal, savers surround themselves with positive influence. Their circle cheers smart choices instead of pushing reckless spending. That support makes the habit stick and makes saving feel less lonely. At first glance, people who save money may look like they are simply cutting back. But when you look closer, you see something else, a quiet confidence. Their habits are not about denying themselves, they're about creating freedom. The truth is, saving isn't about pinching pennies. It's about building a life where you feel in control. A life where future you is always grateful for present you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.